Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the final game of this three-game series between the Braves and the Padres. Can the Braves get a win here in San Diego? Will San Diego sweep the Atlanta Braves out of town? Leading off for the Braves, playing second base is Royster. Batting second, playing center field is Bunnell. Batting third, playing right field is Matthews. Batting fourth, playing left field is Burris. Batting fifth, playing first base is Murphy. Batting sixth, playing third base is Horner. Batting seventh on the catch is Pocoroba. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Cheney. And on the mound, batting ninth, Mickey MAHLER. Get it right. And now for the hometown San Diego Padres. Leading off, playing center field is Richards. Batting second, playing short Smith. Batting third, playing first base Thomas. Batting fourth, playing left field Reynolds. Batting fifth, playing second base Gonzalez. Batting sixth, playing right field Gamble. Batting seventh, playing third base Allman. Batting eighth on the catching is Sweet. And on the mound, batting ninth is OWCHINKO. And now let's get down to the field here and get this game started. And they'll lead it off here for the Braves. Jerry Royster batting .271 with no homers and 16 RBIs. And Bob making his 15th appearance. He's 4-7 with a 4.19 ERA. Here's the pitch to Royster. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Smith's got it for out number one. Bunnell comes to the plate now, batting .229 with no homers and 9 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one off of Bob. Let's see where he deposits it. That ball is hit down the short. Smith makes a dive and stop, but can't throw him out. That's an infield hit for Barry. That brings up the Sarge now with a runner down at first and one out. And Matthews is batting .237 on the year with 3 homers and 17 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. And the Braves are in business here, folks. First and second, one out. And Jeff Burris comes to the plate. And he's batting .325 on the year. He's got 10 homers and 41 RBIs. And that ball is smacked. And the Braves should be able to get the lead here. On top of the first. That ball is hit into the gap. And right field. And that's going to score one. And Matthews is going to stop at third. So now you got second and third. The Braves up 1-0. And the North comes up. They're going to play the infield back here. Don't want this to get out of hand. It's already 1-0 and one down. Matthews at third, Burris at second, and Murphy is batting .221 with 12 homers and 27 RBIs. And that's going to be another base on balls. And the walks will kill you. The bases are full of Braves. Bob Horner up at the plate. They'll play back for the double play. That's the only good part about walking, Murph. Sets up the double play to get out of the inning. Horner's batting .167 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Horner out. A big strike out there by Bob. The Braves, as always, can they bust this game open? They always have a problem here getting a big hit. So now you got Pocoroba up. Biff batting .257. He's got 6 homers and 18 RBIs. And against the lefty, that'll be a 14 and 8. And that is going to be a fly ball out to center field. Richards makes the catch. And the Braves ran the bases loaded. And we get 1 run out of that mess. Braves 1, Padres nothing. We come to the plate here in the bottom of the first with Richards, Smith, and Thomas. And Richards batting .259 with 2 homers and 19 RBIs. Mickey's 6th start of the year. He's 0-5. He's pitched in, this will be his 16th game with a 6.29 ERA. Here's the pitch to Richards. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Gene goes down the first. Now Ozzie Smith comes to the plate. And Smith's batting .261 with 3 homers and 23 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Smith out. And there's one down. And Gene's going to take off for second here. It'll be a 31, a 61. No, it won't be a 31. It'll be a 30. So that'll be a 56 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there with a stolen base. So Gene's down at second now with 1 out. And Thomas is up, batting .230 on the year with no homers and 17 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Burris has got it. Let's see if he's going to tag up or not. The left, he's going to stay put. Now there's 2 outs. And Reynolds is at the plate. And Don's batting .423 on the year with no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit in left field. And with 2 outs, most likely he's going to score and tie this ball game up, folks. Yep, he's going to score with no throw. And just like that, they get the 2-out base hit and make this a 1-1 game. It's 1-1. And Gonzalez is up now with a runner down at first. And 2 outs. And Gonzalez is batting .171 with no homers and 4 RBIs. And here's the pitch to Gonzalez. And that's going to be a ground ball down the chain. He fires over to first, and that'll end the inning. But the RBI single makes this a 1-1 game. We go to the top of the second. Got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Braves. Cheney, Mickey, and Royster due up. Cheney's batting .211 with a homer and 6 RBI. That's going to be a ground ball down to Allman. That'll be 1 out. And Mickey comes up. And MAHLER, he's batting .111 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball again down the third. And there's 2 ground balls to third, 2 outs here. And we're back to the top of the order. And Jerry Royster, he grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. The Braves go down 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the second we go. Got Gamble due up. He'll be followed by Allman and Sweet. San Diego will stay here at home. The Braves will lead town, and Houston will come in for a 4-game series. And then after that, San Francisco shows up here in San Diego. Oscar's batting .299 with 4 homers and 29 RBI. And that's going to be against the lefty, a base hit in the right field. And there's 1 aboard here in the bottom of the second. Go ahead, run down at first. Bill Allman at the plate. And Bill's batting .225, no homers and 22 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Bill out. And there's 1 down. That's Mickey's second strikeout of the game. Rick Sweet's up. Rick's batting .211 with a homer and 9 RBIs. They're going to start the runner here, do a little hit run, try to stay out of the double play. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. And penalty play will be over to first. Runner will get down in the scoring position here with 2 outs. And can Bob help his own calls out? He's batting .229 with no homers and 3 RBIs. He says he don't need no stinking DH. And that's going to be against the lefty. A 9 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And that'll end any nice play by Cheney. And the Padres strand one. We go to the top of the third. It's still 1-1. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up, but now Matthews and Burris. Barry is 1-for-1 single and came around the score in the first. And we'll drop the dice. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Smith. And there's one out. Gary Matthews comes up now. And Matthews, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So Matthews gets a board here. And the go-ahead runs in scoring position for Jeff Burris. And Burris, he is 1-for-1 today. He doubled and drove in a run. Can he do it again here? And that's going to be a 40. And or pass ball. Let's see, 6, 15, 18, 27, 6, 8, 11, 27, 9, 33, 34, 34. That's going to be a wild pitch. The runner's going to get down to third now. So can Burris deliver here with the runner 90 feet away. Padres are going to play back. And now the 1-0 pitch to Jeff. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 43 and a 9. Probably fielding column 1. And it is. And with a safe at first, runner out at the plate. F battered to second on a rundown. Safe at first on a fielder's choice. Runner out on a rundown. Battered. So that's going to be a 6-2 because I don't think it's going to let you do it. We'll try to put the rundown in, but I don't think it's going to let you. Should be a 6-2. 6, 2, 5. Pull it out. Let's see. Nope. So we're just going to do the 6-2 and get that out. And Jeff is now down at first with 2 outs. And again, the Braves can't buy a break here, folks. Can't buy a break. Murph's up now. He has walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And nice play down there by Allman. 15 and a 3, make sure. 15 and a 3. Yep, a nice play by Bill Allman. He fires across the diamond. And that'll be it. The Braves strand 1. It's still 1-1. 1 out and a runner at third, and the Braves can't get a run. Richards is up, followed by Smith and Thomas, top of the order. Gene, he has walked, stole a base, and came around the score in the first. And that ball is well hit. See where Gene puts this one at in San Diego. And that ball is driven into the gap out in left field. And Gene's going to run for a while. And that brown-eyed handsome man's down at third with a leadoff triple. And with the Braves, the way they've been scoring, they're bringing the infield in. So now you got a runner down at third, nobody out, infield in. Smith struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a 24 and an 8. Should be fielding column 1. And it is. And they get the runner out at the plate. Nice play by Cheney. And now there's 1 out and a runner at first. And the Braves come up with a nice play. Get the runner out at the plate. Now Thomas is up. And Thomas is 0-for-1. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. 25 and a 2. And that'll be fielding column 1. Out the center field, right? 15. Nope, that's a hit by pitch. He hits him. Not a fly ball. Hit by pitch. Now you got first and second, 1 out. The Braves could use a double play ball here. And Reynolds is at the plate. He had an RBI single his first time up. That's going to be a ground ball. 32-2 should be fielding column 1. And that's going to be the double play ball. That's going to be a 1-6-3 double play. Nice job by Mickey to start that double play. Pitcher's best friend, and he's part of it. They get out of the inning with nobody scoring. We go to the top of the 4th. It's still 1-1. You got Horner, Pocoroba, and Cheney. Horner struck out with the bases loaded his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gonzalez for out number 1. This Pocoroba comes up now. Pocoroba, he's 0 for 1. He flew out the center his first time up. That's going to be another ground ball. This one down to Smith. So quickly 2 outs here. You see Atlanta. They leave San Diego and head down the coast, up the coast rather, to San Francisco. They'll play a 4-game series in San Francisco. Then they go home to take on the Dodgers. Cheney is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Bob. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Braves. To the bottom of the 4th we go. You got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Padres. Well, close. Gonzalez, Gamble, and Allman. Gonzalez is 0 for 1. You can see the team comparisons here. Atlanta is 22-41. They've scored 233 runs on 42 homers. They've stolen 24 bases, been caught 14 times. San Diego is 36-30. They've scored 252 runs on 42 homers, stole 38 bases, and been caught 18 times. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez, and that's going to be a ground ball down to Cheney. And that'll be 1 out as Ken Castro joins us here this morning. Now you got Oscar Gamble up. He singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1 today. That's a ground ball down to Horner. Fires over to Murph. And there's quickly 2 down here in the 4th. Bill Allman comes up. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Mickey. Mickey throws over to Murph. And that'll be a 1, 2, 3, 4. To the top of the 5th we go. Mickey will lead it off. He'll be followed by Royster and Bunnell. And Mick's 0 for 1 today. Grounded out his first time up. That'll be a ground ball down the 2nd. 1 up and 1 down here in the 5th. Jerry Royster comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and pops up. And he gets a hold of this, drives that ball in the right field. Oscar Gamble gets over quickly. He's going to hold Royster to a single. And Bunnell's up now. And Barry, he is 1 for 2. He singled and scored back in the 1st. And that's going to be a base on balls. And the Braves are making noise here. But we've seen this many a time here lately. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. And the Braves bust the game open here and get the lead. You got the big boys coming up. Gary Matthews is 1 for 1. He has doubled his last time up. Can he do it here? Maybe drive in 2. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Matthews out. And now there's 2 down, and it's up to Jeff Burris. And Jeff, he is 1 for 2 with an RBI double. He's drove in the only run of the game for the Braves. Can he drive in another? And that ball is hit well. Jeff Burris is trying to be the man here today. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. 3-run homer by Jeff Burris gives the Braves a 4-1 lead. They finally get a big hit. And lead this game by 3. And Bob's shaking his head. Can't believe he gave up the gopher ball. Now you got Murph up. Murph is 0 for 1. He did walk back in the 1st. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. And all of a sudden, Braves here trying to add to this 4-run lead. Murph's down at first. And Bob Horner, he's 0 for 2. He struck out back in the first with the bases loaded and grounded out in the fourth. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reynolds. That'll end the inning with a 3-run homer by Burris. Makes this a 4-1 ball game. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Padres. Sweet, Bob, and then back to Gene. Rick Sweet 0 for 1 today. Not anymore. He squares this one up, and here we go. The Braves don't like having the lead, apparently. That ball is hit in the right field. Matthews, nice job. It's over there quickly, cuts it off. Holds him to a single with his speed. And Bob's up. He's going to try to sacrifice him down to second here. Try to get a run on the board. That's going to be a swing. He squares around the bunt. Pops that one up. That'll be strike 2. They're going to take the bunt sign off. Let Bob swing away. He's batting .222 on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Mickey strikes him out. Mick's 3rd strikeout. Now you got a runner down at first and 1 out. And Gene Richards up. Richards is 1 for 1. He has walked, tripled, stole a base, and came around to score back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews. There's 2 down now. The runner's still down at first. The lead all single. And Ozzie Smith comes up 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart. Cheney fires over to first, and that'll do it. The Padres strand 1 to the top of the 6th we go. Braves with a 3-run lead. You got Pocaroba, Cheney, and Mickey due up. Biff 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gonzalez. And that'll be out number 1. And Cheney comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 2, grounded out twice. And that's going to be a base on balls, and the Braves will take it. And Mickey's going to try to bunt him over to second. Mick's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be a 27, 43 and a 3. 43. I'll be fielding column 3. And he got 2 strikes on him. They're going to keep the bunt sign on. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Mick. And that's going to be a 33 and a 3. 32. And that's going to be a bunt down the 3rd. Bills only plays over the 1st with Thomas covering. And that'll be out number 2. But the runner does get down in the scoring position. So now you got the runner down at second. Royster at the plate. Can he add to this 4-1 lead? Jerry is 1 for 3 today. He singled and came around the score back in the 5th on that homer. And that's going to be a base on balls. And I think that's going to be it for Bob here. First and second, you got all these righties coming up. And Rick Rasmussen's going to come in the game. And that'll be it for Bob. So he can't make it out of this 6th inning. So first and second, 2 down. Can the Braves add to this lead here? So that'll be it for Bob. 6 hits on 4 runs so far. The 2 on base is his responsibility. And this is Eric's 6th game of the year. He's 4-0 with a 2.93 ERA. And here's the pitch to Bob, to Barry rather, against a righty. That's going to be an 8 and an 8. And that's going to be a base hit. I believe, in the left field. And nope, that's a base hit in the right field. Gamble gets over there, cuts it off. Let's see what happens here. Cheney with decent speed, not great out there. With 2 outs, should score. He'll score easily from second. Will Royster make it down to third? That is the question. And he should with his great speed. So that's first and third, an RBI single by Barry. And the Braves make it a 5-1 ball game. Now Matthews is up first and third. Sarge is 1 for 2 with a double in this game. He did strike out his last time up, but not this time, folks. Where's this one going to be? Against the righty. That'll be a 12. And that'll be a triple in the left field. Gary Matthews with a 2 RBI triple. And the Braves exploding here in the 5th and 6th inning. Bust this game open, but we've been here before. We've seen this bullpen and all below leads, but it's a 7-1 game. Runner down at third, 2 outs. All this coming with 2 outs in the inning. The Braves finally getting some 2-out hits. Jeff Burris 2 for 3 with that 3-run homer his last time up. And that's going to be well hit. And the Braves all of a sudden becoming a hitting machine here, folks. Unbelievable. And that's going to be a double in right field. And just like that, it's 8-1. And the Murph's up there with a runner down at second. And Eric sure ain't helping the cause. He's throwing gas on the fire. Dale Murphy 1 for 2, singled his last time up. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. They hit the Murph, and that might be a little frustration there. And the Braves ain't too damn happy about that. Warner's down there at the plate. He doesn't look too happy. Let's see if he can make him pay for hitting Murph. He is 0 for 3 today. He is struck out, grounded out, and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Oscar. That'll end the inning. But the Braves score 4 more, take an 8-1 lead into the bottom of the 6th. You've got the big boys coming up here, though. The 3, 4, 5 hitters, Thomas, Reynolds, and Gonzalez. And Thomas, he's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch earlier in the game. And that's going to be a base on balls. And here we go. Say the Braves don't like having the lead. So now you got Reynolds up with a runner down at first. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the game. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a back-to-back base hits, and that's going to get the damn bullpen up here in a hurry. So back-to-back hits and an 8-1 game. Gonzalez is up. The Braves turn 2 here. Trying to keep this a 7-run game. Gonzalez is grounded out both times to short. Mickey would like to see that again. But instead, he walks him. Now the bases are full. This is fucking crazy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, folks. Now you got the bases full. And Oscar Gamble at the plate. Gamble's 1 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. And that ball's well hit. I'll be damned. Geez, you Pete, this is crazy. See where this ends up at. That ball is hit into left field. That scores at least 2. And let's see if it's going to score 3 here. And there's still nobody out. That's the crazy part. That'll be a 42. And where did I say it was hit into left field? Bruce is out there. 23. There's nobody out. They're going to hold him at third. No need to get him thrown out on the double. And that's going to be it for Mr. Mickey. MAHLER's out of there. He is due up third, but they're not going to see any more of this. So let's see who's going to come out here and pitch. Second and third, nobody out. Let's see who hasn't pitched in a while. Is it going to be Rick Camp or Eddie Sullivan? And all of a sudden now it's an 8-3 game. Was 8-1. And Rick Camp's going to come out of the bullpen. Or no, do we want to do that? Because we're going to pitch hit for him. So Sullivan's going to come out of the bullpen. So we're not going to. Do we want to do a double switch? That's the question. That's the question. No, we're going to let Horner in the game. So we're not doing a double switch. So Sullivan will come in the game and only pitch 1 inning. Hopefully, get us out of this damn mess. The Braves get an 8-1 lead and they're trying to blow it. It's what they do best. So Eddie's going to come out here. No double switch. And he's got second and third. They're still going to play back. They got a 5-run lead. They just won an out. Allman's up. He is 0-for-2. He is struck out and grounded out. Eddie's 17th appearance. He's 0-3 with a 6.95 ERA. And that's going to be a pop-up down the first. And that'll be out number 1. 1 down here. Runner still at second and third. Rick Sweet's up. And Sweet is 1-for-2. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be a big strikeout by Eddie. Now there's 2 down, so he's quieted them down quite a bit here. And that's going to be it for Eric. We'll pitch hit for Eric here. See who's going to come off the bench. The righty in the game now. And the only lefty they got on the bench is Turner. So Turner's going to come off the bench here. Second and third. And he's done a good job keeping this a 2-run inning. Second and third, nobody out, and they still haven't scored him. Can he get out of this with just 2 runs scoring and keep this a 5-run game? Turner is batting .358 with 6 homers and 11 RBIs. Remember the last time he pitched hit, he hit a homer to win the game. Here's the pitch to Turner. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Burris goes back near the track, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But 2-run score on the double by Gamble. And it's an 8-3 ball game as we go to the top of the 7th. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch the top of the 7th here for the Padres. You've got the bottom part of the order due up. They got a lefty in the bullpen. The only lefty they got is Keeney. That's who's going to come out here and pitch this 7th inning. They want the lefty. The bench has better lefties than righties in there. So Dennis Keeney's going to come in and pitch this 7th inning. Where's Dennis? There he is. They'll be facing Tokoroba, Cheney, and a pitch hitter for Solomon. And this is Dennis's 3rd game of the year. He's 0-1 with a 15.53 ERA. Here's the pitch to Biff, who is 0-for-3 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Allman. And that'll be out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here. Yeah, exactly, Ken. No lead is safe with these Braves. Yeah, you have seen it. Yep, that's for sure. It drives me freaking batshit crazy. Cheney's up now. He's 0-for-2. He walked and came around to score his last time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a base hit. Infield hit for Cheney. He gets a board here. Nice job by Darrell. Now we'll have a pitch hitter here for Sullivan. And Camp will come in and pitch the 7th inning. Camp will come in and pitch the 7th. Sullivan's done. And who are we going to bring off the bench against the lefty? And Cito Gaston's going to come off the bench. Pitch hit against the lefty. With a 5-run lead. And Cito's batting 177 on the year, 2 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be another base hit. And all of a sudden, the Braves are making some noise here in the top of the 7th. So you got first and second back to the top of the order. Only 1 out. Can Royster get this lead back up? It's a 5-run lead at the moment. Royster's 1 for 3. He has walked and came around to score twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ozzie. And that's going to do it, folks. That's going to be the old 6-4-3 double play. And the Padres get out of the mess with nobody scoring. We go to the 7th inning stretch in an 8-3 ball game. And Rick Camp's going to come in here and pitch the 7th. Trying to keep this an 8-3 ball game. And this is Camp's 19th appearance. He's 0-5 with 5 saves and a 7.56 ERA. He's got the top of the order to deal with. Richard, Smith, and Thomas. Gene is 1 for 2. He has walked, tripled, stole a base. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews. And that'll be out number 1. And now Ozzie Smith comes to the plate. Smith is 0 for 3. Grounded out and struck out in this game. And not this time. Ozzie gets a hold of this pitch from Rick Camp. See where this one's going to go. And that's going to be a base hit, an infield hit by Ozzie. So Smith's down at first. Here comes the big boys, the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Or sorry, the 3, 4 hitters. And Thomas is 0 for 1. He has walked and came around to score his last time up. He's also been hit by a pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews, and that'll be out number 2. And now you got Reynolds up. And Reynolds is 2 for 3 with an RBI in this game. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Royster. We'll go to short way over to second. And the Padres strand 1 to the top of the 8th we go. You got Bunnell due up, followed by Matthews and Burris. And that's going to be it for Dennis. I'm going to bring in the righty here. Pitch this 8th inning. And let's see here. Do they want to do a... Lee's going to come in. Let's see here. Do they want to do a double switch with Reynolds? I think they are. Yep, they are going to do a double switch. So Lee will come in and bat in Reynolds' spot. And Winfield will come in and bat in the 9 spot. So we'll do a double switch here. Move some people around. So first we'll put Winfield in the game. Let's see here. Where can Oscar play? I'm going to move. Let's see here. What's Oscar's? Oscar's got a 31 arm. So Oscar's going to move in the left field. Winfield's going to come in and bat in the 9 spot and play right field. And Lee's going to come in the game and bat in the 4 spot. As Aaron Reed joins us here, you gotta love not having a DH and doing the double switches and shit. Just a little managerial strategy here. So Oscar moves over to left. Winfield comes in. He'll bat in the 9 spot and play right field. Lee comes in. The pitch, he'll bat in the 4 spot. This is Lee's 31st appearance. He's got 2 saves on the year with a 1.24 ERA. He's got the 2-3-4 hitters due up, Bennell, Matthews, and Burris. And Barry is 2 for 3 with an RBI in this game. He singled and drove in a run his last time up, and he starts this inning off with a walk. So the Braves now got the leadoff batter aboard, and here comes some big boys up. The Sarge is up. He is 2 for 3. He has a double, a triple, and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Sarge. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Oscar, who just moved over to left field, makes the catch. And there is 1 down. Jeff Burris with the big homer today and 2 doubles. He is 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs on the day. Jeff Burris, a one-man wrecking machine. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. And that's going to be a ball down the short. And the only play he's going to have is over the first. So now you've got Bennell down at second and the Murph up. Murph is 1 for 2. He has been walked. He's been hit by a pitch. And he singled. Can the Murph deliver here after being hit his last time up? And that's going to be against the righty, 13. And that's going to be a single in the down the third. Runner will get down the third as Murph gets a base hit and infield hit. So now you got first and third. And Bob Horner up. Horner is 0 for 4. Can he deliver here, folks? And that's going to be a first and third against the righty. That'll be a 10. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Winfield. Just came in the game, makes a nice catch, takes an RBI hit away from Horner. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still an 8-3 ball game. You got Gonzalez due up gambling on and here in the 8th. And Gonzalez is 0 for 2. He did walk his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Cheney for out number 1. And the big O Oscar Gamble comes up. He's 2 for 3 with 2 RBI, double his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Bill Allman comes up now with a runner down at first and 1 out. And Bill is 0 for 3. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Only plays over to first. And the runner will get in scoring position now with 2 outs. Rick Sweet comes to the plate. And Rick, he is 1 for 3 today. Struck out his last time up, though. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Murphy's up with it. Tosses over to Rick covering. And the Padres strand 1 to the top of the 9th we go. It's 8-3 Atlanta. You got Pocoroba, Cheney, and a pitch hitter for Camp due up here. Biff is 0 for 4 today. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 10, and that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Pokeroba gets aboard here with a leadoff single. Daryl Cheney comes up now, and Cheney, he is 1 for 3 in the game, singled his last time up, and that's going to be a fly ball out to Oscar for out number 1. And we'll have a pitch over here for Camp. And let's see here. We got Campbell and Garber warming up depending on the score. We'll see who comes in the game here. And Bob Beal's coming off the bench. He'll pitch hit for Rick Camp. Run on first, 1 out. And Bob's batting .294 on the year with no homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be against a righty. 14 and a 9. That's a base hit. Nice job, Bob. And all of a sudden, the Braves are making some noise here in the top of the 9th. So first and second, Jerry Royster at the plate. Lee on the mound, struggling here in the 9th. He's got 1 out. Royster's 1 for 4. Here's the pitch to Jerry. And that's going to be against the righty. It'll be a 14, and that's another hit. And that's going to fill the bases. And they're just nickeling and diming. Lee to death here. Bases full of Braves. Barry's up. And Barry is 2 for 3 with an RBI, and he's walked twice in this game. Here's the pitch to Barry. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Can they turn 2? And no, Barry's able to beat the throw down the first. That'll score a run. Nice job by Barry hustling down the line. And it's a 9-3 ball game. First and third now with Gary Matthews up. And Matthews completely bust this game open because the Braves need all the runs they can get. Matthews is 2 for 4. He's doubled and tripled and drove in 2 runs. And that's going to be a pop-up out in the left field. Gamble comes in, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the Braves score 1. It's 9-3. And it's going to be Mr. Dave Campbell coming in with a 9-3 lead. See if he can hold this. Gene Garber will be at the ready, though, in case this gets sideways here. And it often does with the Braves. So Dave Campbell is going to come in. And try to pitch this 9th inning and keep this a 9-3 game. Get the Braves a win here in San Diego. He's got Winfield, Richardson, Smith due up. Winfield came in the double switch. Winfield's batting .253 with 11 homers and 37 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Dave. This is Dave's 16th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 9 ERA. He fires over the first to get Winfield. And now Gene Richards comes to the plate. Gene's 1 for 3 with a walk and a triple in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Cheney. And the Padres are down to their last out, trailing by 6. Ozzie Smith is up 1 for 4, singled his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Murph. And that'll end the inning. He takes it himself and the ball game, and the Braves win 9-3. Get a win in San Diego and won't get swept out. box score. So the Braves 9 runs on 15 hits and no errors. The Padres 3 runs, 7 hits and no errors. Look at the top of that order, folks. The 1 through 5 hitters. Multiple hit game. Royster 2 for 5. Berry 2 for 4. Matthews 2 for 5. Burris, the big game, 3 for 5 with 5 RBIs. Murph 2 for 3. The Braves were 7 for 15 with runners in scoring position. Finally delivered. Jeff Burris with the big 3-run homer, his 11th of the year. And the Braves scored 9 runs, still left 12 men on base. And Reynolds with 2 hits. He was 2 for 4, along with Oscar Gamble. Gamble was 2 for 3 with the 2 RBIs for the Padres. The Padres were 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Mickey gets his first win of the year. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, walked 3, struck out 3. Eddie comes in, pitches 1 inning, strikes out 1. Camp comes in, 2 innings, gives up a hit and a walk. And Dave Campbell 1 inning. And Bob comes in, drops to 4 and 8. And he pitches 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, walked 5, struck out 2, and gave up the homer. Rasmussen comes in 1 inning, a third of an inning, adds gas to the fire, 3 hits, 2 runs. Then the rest of the bullpen did a good job, I guess. Keeney comes in an inning and 2 hits. Lee comes in 2 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, walked 1. Now for the rest of the National League here on the 22nd. First game up is the Astros taking on the Dodgers. And you got little brother Joe Niekro on the mound for Houston. See what happens here. Can the Niekro brother get a win? And the Dodgers win the game. 7 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. The Astros 6 runs, 15 hits. Out hit them. But the Dodgers win. And now you got the Expos taking on the Mets in New York. And the Expos win 3 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. The Mets 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Then you got John Denny going up against lefty Steve Carlton in Philadelphia. Take a look at this ball game. Good pitching matchup. Both of them with ERAs under 3 on the season. Can lefty get the job done here? Yes, he does. The Phillies win. We'll take a look here at the box score with Ken Castro in the house. The Phillies 6 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The Cardinals 3 runs, 9 hits. Again, a team out hits them but can't outscore them. You had George Hendrick and Ritz both with 2 hits, 2 for 4 and 2 for 3. The Cardinals are only 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Keith Hernandez hit a homer in the game. And they was 1 for 6, left 7 men on base. And Mr. Boa had a nice game, 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. How about that for Larry? And the Bull, he was 2 for 4 with 2 hits, and he drove in 2. And the Phillies were 5 for 9 with runners in scoring position. One of those hits by the Bull was his 12th homer, and the Phillies left 4 men on base. Denny drops to 4 and 10. 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, walked 4, struck out 5, and gave up a homer. Little comes in 1 2/3, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, struck out 3. And Schultz, he didn't see anything, he didn't hear anything, but 1 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run, and struck out 1. Lefty goes to 6 and 6. 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 3, and gave up the homer. Reed comes in, 1 inning, and Ustar comes in, gets his first save of the year, 2 innings and 2 hits. And the last game here on the 22nd is the Giants and the Reds in San Francisco. See what happens out here in the California air. And the stinking Giants win. Since Aaron Reed's in the house, we'll take a look here at the box score for his big red machine. The Giants 4 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. The Reds 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Ray Knight had 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Drove in all 3 runs. It was a 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position. They only left 2 men on base. And you had Whitfield was 2 for 3. Andrews and Evans. Andrews was 2 for 4. Evans 2 for 4. Giants were 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Left 7 men on base. Boham goes to 8 3, 5 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, walked 3, struck out 4. So Marte comes in 1 1/3, 2 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. And Tomlin 1 inning of work. Nepper goes to distance 8 3 now, 9 innings, 5 runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, and struck out 7. And let's take a look here at the leaderboard and standings in the National League after June 22nd. The Phillies are still a half a game up on the Expos. The Pirates are 2.5 games back. Cubs 4 games back. The Mets 15.5. And the Cardinals now 16 games back. And actually, I think they got a worse record than the poor Braves. The Giants are now only a half a game up on the Dodgers. The Padres are 3.5 game back. Houston 5.5. The Reds 6 and the Braves 15 games back. Larry Parrish is leading the league with a .344 average. George Foster, 15 homers and 58 RBIs to lead the National League. Jim Barr with a 2.01 ERA. Steve Rogers with 11 wins, leading the National League. And Doug and Raleigh with 13 saves on the year to lead the National League. George Foster's leading in MVP voting. Steve Rogers in the Cy Young. And the next game on the channel will be the Yankees, and I believe they're playing the Tigers. It'll be the first time they've taken on the Tigers this year. Pretty sure that's who they're playing. Yep, they'll be playing the Tigers. It's going to be the Gator going for the Yankees, it looks like, against Rosman for the Tigers. Let's see how many game series this is. I think it's a 4-game series with a doubleheader. 1, 2, 3. Not a doubleheader there. I thought there was a doubleheader in there. Nope, it's just a 4-game series. So we'll see what happens here in Detroit. 4-game series against the Tigers. I want to thank Ken Castro and Aaron Reed for joining us here today. And if you're new to the channel and haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell and like button. It helps the channel out. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.